All right, we can go ahead and begin. With the call to order. And the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, thank you. We can proceed to agenda item number 3, roll call.
Thank you. I'm going to go down the list real quick here. Lozano,
Present.
Baisden, Daniels,
Present.
Hunter,
Present.
Martin, Herrera, Richardson, Smith, Perry. Oh, and then Perry. Okay, we have a quorum.
Thank you all so much. Do we have any communications?
We've received no communications.
Okay, thank you. Next, item 5, community forum. Is there anyone wishing to address the commission?
Through the chair, yes, we do have a 2-minute timer reflected on the top left corner of your screen for interested parties to sign up for the community forum. As of right now, we do have one member who has signed up for that forum. If you're willing to hear them, we can go ahead and get that started now.
Yes, let's go ahead.
Perfect. David Belloff, please approach the podium.
Good evening, Chair and Commissioners, committee members, staff, thank you. My name is David Belloff. I am a past member of this very committee, multiple years. I am a past budget delegate, including this last cycle and from the very beginning. So I'm going to speak very generally here in community forum. I spoke to a couple other budget delegates this evening who are unable to make it to address you because of their health reasons, et cetera, but they also were a little bit concerned. And the topic they brought up, as well as the topic I'm a little bit concerned about, is full transparency. In the agenda packet, it's discussed how that is one of the goals of tonight's proceedings, is to become more transparent. And quite a few of the delegates that I spoke with are not certain that is exactly what's happening. I can go into more of that detail a little bit later. None of them, not a single person I spoke to was insinuating that anything nefarious was going on. Let's just be clear, okay? They don't think anything was being underhanded or anything of that sort. That's not their concern or my concern. Rather, it's that some of the decisions that may be made or have been made recently could have included the budget delegates that had worked on projects, that had been part of this process from day one. They weren't invited to speak and perhaps give their input. And that's one of the issues that I'm hearing from people. So going forward, I know that we're always trying to improve. I know improvement's been on the top of our list since the beginning. I think there are ways to improve the communication, and especially when decisions like tonight's, where money and the movement of money, et cetera, is going to happen, that we go ahead and consult more directly with the people who actually had a hand and put their hearts and souls into the projects. They put a lot of effort into all this, only to find, for whichever reason, that one project's being favored over another when it wasn't originally voted that way, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll just leave it at that. And then going forward, we can also do some more work on the rule book going forward. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And through the chair, no other members of the public signed up for the community forum. That concludes this portion of the agenda.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Glenn Mitchell, and I was supposed to meet some other people here to, I'm gonna tell you why I'm here. I'm here because I'm interested in starting a school in Vallejo for welding. And so for the last year I've been in Mare Island, and I've been funding it out of my pocket, and it got a little expensive. And so, so I'm seeking some help to get funding for the school, and it's been, well, I've been in it for 40 years personally, and then for the last 10 years I've been trying to start it, and you know, where do you go, you know? And so as you're talking to different people, you can get ideas and therefore, so I'm mainly trying to target the youth, and so I did approach Vallejo High and Rodriguez, no, not Rodriguez, but Vallejo High and it's the school out on by 780, the Catholic school.
Jesse Bethel.
Yes, yeah, I also went to Jesse Bethel. So they were not really that receptive to it, you know. I was talking about the danger of it, you know, and there's a danger in everything. I don't care if it's a marble on the floor. But for the young people, I think it'd be healthy for them to get the opportunity to get exposed to it. And if they don't want to do it, that's okay, but at least you get exposed to it. I got exposed to it, and I've been doing it for 40 years, and I've been able to provide for my family. And then you would say, well, you know what? Everybody don't want to do it. But if one person decides that they wanted to do it, they could take care of their family and help other people. And so, still got a few minutes left. But anyways, so that's why I'm here tonight, and I'm hoping to get some exposure, and yeah. So, I know I seem a little not. Anyway, it's my first time, and thank you all for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you for coming.
No other speakers at this time, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Any comments for either of our speakers?
Yes. This is exactly why we're here, for members of the public with a plan to get some help. But like the gentleman said, he doesn't know where to start. We're here in the Participatory Budgeting Commission to ensure that we can receive proposals and propose them for the cycle that is coming up. So I recommend one of us approach the gentleman and see if we can get a business card and instruct him on how to submit a proposal.
Okay, thank you.
Chair.
And yes,
First, hi, David. Haven't seen you in a while. And to your particular interest, we have brought that up when we talked about budgeting and moving money and what was happening with PB. And we did bring up the fact that those people that had been budget delegates or who had proposals that did not happen during the last cycle, that they should be contacted. And I don't know who that fell up on, but it's not like you guys were forgotten. It has been a part of the discussion.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Through the chair.
Go ahead.
Is there a list of all the budget delegates that's available to Mr. Ackley? Do you have their information?
I'm actually not sure if I do have all of the budget delegates. I know there's quite a few over the years, and the number has changed as different cycles have gone through. That's a very good question. I'm going to have to follow up with Flora in our office and see if she can show me where it is, if we do have it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Through the chair,
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner.
that information should be available just like through every cycle. All budget delegates' information was recorded. So wherever those files are, should be available.
Good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And one last thing, I'd like to thank both of the speakers for coming this evening. You know, it's been a while since participatory budgeting has been back, as you would say, live and in living color. So, Mr. Bailiff, I believe I remember seeing you when we had a meeting downstairs and you approached and always bringing us good information. And Mr. Mitchell, I hope that you will stay to the end of the meeting so that if you do have a card, if you want to approach with the card and give it to Manny, if you're not able to stay the evening, so one of us can get in touch with you and follow up. Okay? But thank you for both for coming out this evening. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Because we know that you're here on behalf of the community and for the benefit of the community. And I sincerely thank you both for that. Okay. So no other comments or thoughts? Okay. Thank you all. Do we have an item 6, a report of the city council liaison? I don't see the liaison. So no report. Okay, let's go ahead and go to item 7, consent calendar and approval of agenda.
Through the chair, we do have a member of the public that would like to speak on the consent calendar.
Oh, yes.
David Belliff, please approach the podium.
Thank you. Let me spend 10 minutes introducing myself. Just kidding. Normally, I wouldn't speak on the consent calendar and agenda, but tonight I feel like I should at least do it on behalf of the others that have asked me to be here. And that is, I'm asking you to postpone item 9B. 9B, the consider the reallocation of prior PB cycle project funds, funding of skate park project and youth delegation trip. Postpone that to another time. Barring that, if you decide not to do that, I kind of get it. You know, we need to move things along. We need to get government moving. But the reason we're asking for that is so that we can have more information other than that, what was actually in the packet. The people did read the packet, myself included, and there were still questions. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Commissioner Hunter.
I just wanted to share that our councilwoman, our liaison is here, and so we may want to go back to her item, but she has arrived in the room.
Okay, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Okay, so back to number 6, report of the city council liaison. Hi and welcome.
Hello, thank you so much. I was at our police reform meeting, so I apologize for being late. Texting the wrong person, telling them I'm gonna be late. I just wanted to say thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. I am your liaison person. Did you all get a chance to get the new ones that got just appointed, you get your cards and whatnot? Want to make sure you got your badges.
Oh, the,
Do you all get badges and cards?
Not as of yet.
No, not as of yet.
Oh,
We'll put it on our consent calendar.
absolutely. We gotta know who you are. if we haven't in the past, I would like to make that recommendation because I feel like you volunteer your time, your work, you know, to have a name tag is important to me. So I apologize for that. I apologize for being late. But I just wanted to say thank you for letting me be here, and you have any questions for me?
Through the chair. Mr. Mitchell is here in the audience to your rear, on my left, and that would be your right. And Mr. Bailiff have come. You did miss their conversations. Mr. Mitchell is looking to start a welding school, and he's looking for, he needs support. He's looking for support. And so you being our liaison, please make sure that you would meet with him after, and I believe that we'll be speaking to him as well. And then item number 9B, Mr. Bailiff have asked that we postpone that. And Mr. Bailiff, if you have not met Mr. David Bailiff, he is a budget delegate, and he came to speak for other budget delegates that they have met, and he's brought some information. So, and his concern was in regards to transparency, and as he said, nothing nefarious or anything like that, but just transparency, and including the budget delegates when we're making decisions. And so I did ask Mr. Ackley if he has the contact information for the budget delegates to be able to include them so that they would receive the information that we received. And Ms. Daniels said that there is a list. So again, if we've gone through the items and we're at item 9B, and he has asked if we would consider postponing item number 9B, and I think that brings you up to speed. But we would love to hear your report from the council.
So my colleague Mateus asked, as March be the month that everyone come in, bring your budget, bring your request in, and he wants to make that for at least 2 years, because we want to make sure that you understand where we at, because you know we did have $1 million to work with. Now we half of that, right? And my goal is I want to bring it back up, because for us as a community, the reason why we created that was so that you would have a big say in it, and so that we can deal with the needs of the community. That sometimes when you work a big establishment such as the city hall, the city meeting the needs, sometimes low-hanging fruits don't get touched. And if that's your idea to hold off on that, I would not recommend that right now, because March is just around the corner. And myself, I mean, I understand what you're saying, because I could hear him. Because I was just at the mayor's office as I was coming in. I would not do that, because time is of the essence at this point. That makes sense. So how do you feel about that, sir? What is your recommendation?
Well, in regards to what?
9, did you say 9? He wanted to hold off. Did I read 9A?
Oh, 9B.
9B, sorry about that.
Yes. I mean, I'm the staff member that put it mostly together, so I'd be happy if we could talk about it tonight, but it's up to the committee if it goes
Yeah.
forward or not.
I agree with your staff that you should talk about it tonight. You can, you know, it doesn't mean you have to do anything, just talk about it to help us move forward so we can better advocate for you. Because we have as you know, 2 o'clock, we got what, last night, 12 o'clock last night? So, and some of them we had to put off. So we don't want to put something off, because we have you in mind. And we might, by the way, this particular council, because most of us has been councils, we want to make sure we hear from you. This is not where you could just, you sit here and your voice drops to the floor. No, we want to hear from you, but we do, it is all based on timing, if that makes sense. Was that helpful to you?
Mm-hmm.
Through the chair,
Go ahead, Commissioner.
you mentioned we did not have the cycle 8, so that was $500,000. If we're ready for cycle 9, then there should be $1 million in our budget. So, and we had already decided prior to us not having meetings for a year that we had put in to change the rule book and stuff so that the cycles would be every 2 years, allowing the pot to be bigger, because it's not a lot you could do with so many needs in our city with $500,000. So what I'm leading up to is there has not been enough discussion, and I understand the delegates or the public with the transparency issue, because I can only speak for me. There's a problem with transparency for me too, because, so I would readily agree to postpone 9B to at least to our next meeting, so we can have some discussions.
Your next meeting is going to be when, of December?
It would be the third Wednesday, which I'd have to check to see if there's a holiday in the way of that.
Yeah, that's what I was
It is.
thinking, because I leave on the 20th.
It'd be the
It's the
17th, so we'd be
17th.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be the 17th of December.
So what are you looking for when you say transparency, from this point to December 17th?
Because
Surveys, what are you looking
yes,
for?
what the reallocations and where are we with what projects have been completed, what projects are no longer standing, which projects are completed, and is it really, what is it that the budget delegates want? What does the public want? Do they really want us to reallocate that much money toward the skate park? And I can understand the $25,000 for the youth delegation to the PB convention, and the remainder be back to PB fund balance. So we can call a special meeting if need be, but I just think there needs to be more discussion.
Respectfully, through the chair, this is Laura Zagaroli. I'm on Zoom.
So I was looking around.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Okay, great. You're still on approval of the agenda, right? Consent calendar and approval of
Yes.
the agenda. I'm thinking maybe you save the discussion about the item, like keep it on the agenda, it's just a suggestion.
Yeah.
And then if you want to delay the decision and continue it for another meeting, you can do that. And then you can delve into talking about all the pieces of it. But that's just a suggestion. You can do what you want. But I just wanted to remind you, you're still on item 7A.
Okay,
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you for y'all doing that.
I motion to approve of the consent calendar and approval of agenda.
okay, so we have,
Excuse me, through the chair.
yes.
Thank you for that, because I was like, I know it was only 3 minutes late. How we get way over there? Thank you
Yeah.
for explaining that.
All right, so we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay,
All right, I'll do a roll call vote. Lozano,
yay.
Daniels,
Yes.
Hunter,
Aye.
Herrera, Smith.
Yay.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right, thank you. We have item 8, which are the discussion items. Let's see.
Yeah, we didn't have anything specific under discussion items.
There's nothing specific?
No.
Okay, so then we can move on to item 9, which are the action items or the action calendar. The first one being appointment of executive committee. Ooh, it's that time of year.
Yeah, the executive committee, I guess every year we can elect a new chair and co-chairs. I'm not actually sure, since I'm so new, I'm not actually sure when you guys did that last. So I was hoping somebody recalled if it had been recently or if this was pre-COVID era kind of.
Given that we haven't met in about a year, we haven't done it in like 2 years.
Okay, so this is something that we could choose to do as a group if you so chose to elect new chairs and co-chairs. This was on the agenda during our last meeting, but there weren't a lot of folks here at the time, so we kind of just postponed it until we could have more around.
Right.
Now there's 5 of us. Okay, I have, is it Herrera?
See,
Okay.
I would like to recommend that, considering us who are here have been here regularly this year, that nominations for the executive committee come from who are here.
Okay. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that then.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Hunter.
I'd like to nominate Ms. Lozano to return as the chair, since we have been away and we are starting anew, so I would like to recommend her for the chair. Or
I
nominate.
second that.
Oh, thank you. I accept your nominations. I still need practice.
It's all good. We're all learning. I'm new here too. All right, I'm going to do a roll call vote for that item. Lozano,
Aye.
Daniels,
Yes.
Hunter,
Aye.
Herrera,
Aye.
and Smith.
Aye.
That motion passes unanimously. Lozano still as chair.
Thank you. All right. Is there a nomination for co-chair?
Through the chair.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Patricia Basin has been here since the onset, and so she's been out due to illness, and she was the previous co-chair, your co-chair. And I understand what Guillermo is saying, that we need to perhaps vote from the body that is here, but I would feel comfortable nominating Patricia Basin upon her return, and perhaps have someone to fill in to help you. But I would recommend, I nominate Patricia Basin to return as our co-chair.
I second that.
Well, she's not here to accept the nomination, but will carry on, I guess.
Provisionally upon notification, and then she could recuse herself and we start over?
All right. I think we can still do the vote, and we'll run down the list. Lozano,
Yes.
Daniels,
Yes.
Hunter,
Aye.
Herrera,
Yes.
and Smith.
Yes.
That motion passes unanimously with Patricia Basin staying.
I don't think she's going to recuse herself. I think she'll gladly accept it.
I assume she'll,
Yes.
she'll say, if not, we'll have to do this again.
All right, thank you, everyone. Okay, so here we have action 9B. So the language states, consider the reallocation of prior PB cycle project funds, funding of skate park project and youth delegation trip. And we have the recommendation there. And that's what the packet that we have goes through. So do we want to look at this? Do we want to have a discussion? And then do we want to move the recommendation until our next meeting? Like, that's the proposition that I'm making, or I guess the motion. Proposal, my bad.
Madam Chair,
Mm-hmm.
I recommend we have a discussion. Yeah, I recommend that we have a discussion, and then we can decide later, but I do recommend we at least have a discussion.
Okay. So having a discussion on item 9B.
On 9B, yes.
Okay.
I do have 3 or 4 PowerPoint slides if we want to just kick off with that, if that's all right.
Okay.
Nope. There we go. All right, PB reallocation discussion. Look, I even said discussion in there because I knew this was coming. Staff recommendation is to close out various projects from prior PB cycles. That's a typo now. There are only 17 projects selected to close out. One of them, actually, we got word today that it was going to be possible to do it, so I took it off the list. That number is correct, though, $329,798.70 in project dollars. And then we've got 2 items recommended to actually fund from this. Is the Boardlost Gate Park project. That was originally the next item on the list in that cycle to be voted on, and there was not enough funding left to fully fund it, so it had $230,000 worth of money, and they had asked for the full $300,000. So this would enable us to finish basically paying the $300,000 that they looked for and to kick that project off with GVRD. And then the youth delegation trips, that was an ask from my prior position floor, and Victoria, our youth coordinator, who were trying to seek out funds to send the youth to Washington, D.C. or elsewhere. Next slide, please, Manny. Thank you. This big Excel is a list of basically all of the projects that we're talking about tonight. A few of them you can see have less than $1 or $2 in them, so we just want to officially close those out so finance can, mark those complete. A few of these projects, such as the very first one, the Boys and Girls Club, that project was completed and the money there was never spent. It's been so long that we can't go back and have Public Works correctly spend that, so we'd like to just reclaim it and put it back in the PB pot. There's a few other items on there that we can talk all night in specifics if you would like, but this is just kind of gives you a view of the 17 projects we're talking about. Next slide, please. This is the bottom of that Excel that just shows that we had the 239 left over after we remove the other 2 items if we were to actually suggest funding those. And there'd be $243,848.70 left to go back into the pot with the $500,000 that we have already, and would give us almost $750,000 for PB, apart from if council chooses to fund again with the new budget that's coming up. Next slide, please. And that's basically it. I expected we'd have conversation about this and there'd be questions, so I'm happy to answer anything I can, knowing that I am new to this, so the answer might be I'll find out and come back to you.
I have a question. In regards to the leftover funds, from my understanding, reading the packet, we need to spend down what we already have allocated, correct? Before they can fund for cycle 9, is that correct?
We do not have to, no. That was the plan, though. It was decided that we were going to try to clean things up, finish out old projects, and that would be kind of what we did in the off year. Flora and I have met and had a lot of discussions. There are projects that it can be difficult to get going because the nonprofits aren't ready. So that's part of what we're doing now is still working on some of the old projects to get them across the finish line, and then this is cleanup.
Okay, thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes.
Manny, can you put the slide back up of the projects? Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes, it appears as the Financial Literacy for Youth and Families program has been found not feasible. The rest appear to be in good order, project completed with funding remaining, as long as the information is correct as provided by city staff. I am aware that transparency questions, we want to make sure that if a project is deemed not feasible, that those who were requesting this to be funded, that they had access to our upcoming decision that we are making today or to postpone until next month. That kind of transparency was given, that that those who were part of the Financial Literacy for Youth and Families were aware that we were going to talk about this. I don't see any other questions about transparency. I personally feel like it's necessary to state this is very straightforward. The city staff did a good job on explaining what is going on as far as reallocation, as far as projects completed who did not use all their money. And I do firmly believe in the quality of life that is enhanced by a skate park for our youth. And considering that I've grown up in Vallejo, a program to send Vallejo youth on a delegation trip to capital city is wonderful, especially when I was growing up. That would have been nice. So I personally would recommend that we pass this without postponement.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Herrera.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Smith.
I have a follow-up question, or more, I guess, clarity. So I read the financial literacy for cycle 7. It sounded like a really promising, oh, is it on? Oh, I'll just get closer. Oh, sorry, can you hear me now? Okay. So reading the proposal for the financial literacy training for youth and families, it sounds very in-depth. Do you know why it was infeasible?
It's difficult for me to answer that. I wasn't around for when it happened. From what I understand, the nonprofit that was chosen to do the work was basically unable to complete what we had asked and what was proposed. I can get more information on that. I can dig a little deeper and bring it back if we'd like to.
Thank you, because it was really in-depth. I mean, very promising.
I can actually give a little bit of information on that. The program was supposed to be implemented at Vallejo High and Jesse Bethel High School. And from what I understand, it was supposed to be school staff with the help of the nonprofit that were supposed to, again, implement the program, but it just fell through the wayside because there was no staff to actually do the work.
Yeah, 'cause it was like 4 schools, I think they were trying to include, at least up to 4 schools. And I was like, that's a lot of schools to cover. And it was like 2,000 plus participants and their families.
Yeah, and so the outreach was, one of the issues. Getting school staff on board was another issue. So there were various roadblocks. And so that's why it ended up not being feasible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And Commissioner Herrera?
Thank you. But for the sake of pragmatism, I would vote for postponing this decision until next month because the representative of the Budget Commission is bringing with him the observations of others, and I would like to hear a report from them for next month, so we understand what their concerns are.
Okay. Yeah, the main concern that I have is the Vallejo Youth Delegation funds, because they weren't voted on by community and they weren't part of past cycles. That's my worry.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if anyone else wants to comment on that, because that's my only thing. Yes, I would love to send kids to Washington, D.C. My students have gone on the youth delegation trips, but it's our job to make sure that the money is allocated to the projects. So, any other comments or observations or
Through the chair.
questions?
Through the chair. Would you say that last comment again?
What was that?
What was that last comment again that you were concerned about? I didn't hear you very well, sorry.
So the second recommendation, the Vallejo Youth Delegation, reallocating to the Vallejo Youth Delegation. Like, it's a small chunk, but it's not a project that was proposed or voted on.
So you just want to get some more information on it? Or not, just take it off, period?
I don't feel comfortable allocating funds to it because it wasn't proposed by the community as a project. And
Because I
that's my
remember
personal
something about the
opinion.
youth voting for that, if I'm not mistaken.
It's part
No.
of the city, it's part of the city.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you. And I have Commissioner Smith. Oh, sorry, your mic is on, that's why, and I have a speakers list.
Oh, sorry.
Through the chair,
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner Daniels. Oh, you turned off your microphone.
did our budget delegate person have anything more to add to that discussion?
Through the chair, I was waiting for the moment to outreach to the community for the public comment portion of this item. So
Okay.
if you guys are ready for the public comment portion of this
Yes.
item, I can call them up. David Belliff, please approach the podium.
Belliff again. Thank you for the discussion. I want to be clear, I am not against funding these projects, okay? Let's be clear there. I also want to mention, for your benefit, that I am available to speak to, besides just being a member of the public as I am now, as I'm speaking now as a member of the public, okay? To be clear, I am speaking as a member of the public. I am not in official capacity in any way. If you would like to speak in official capacity later, I'm happy to do that. So, going forward, to address Mr. Richardson's issue, his concern about whether the chart that was put up about the transparency, there was no question about that. That wasn't the issue about transparency at all. In fact, it's very understandable and easy to read, et cetera. Closer to Chair Lozano's comment was some of the concerns. All of the budget delegates that I spoke to, again, not in an official capacity, had the same concern, as did I. That we support that program. We support it wholeheartedly, but it was not a PB project. So real fast, I'd like to go through a few things for you guys to consider in your discussions. You already answered, Mr. Ackley, you already answered one of the questions about the skateboard project. He had mentioned how the skateboard project would not have been funded had they not readjusted some of the monies and how we were going to fund it. Because as you all remember, it goes in order until the money runs out, and if $300,000 project cannot be funded because we ran out of money, then all the rest of the projects on that ballot for Cycle 8 would have been funded. Every single other project would have been able to have been funded had this skateboard project not been funded. And that project was funded by doing some manipulations and conversations back and forth about, oh, well, I think we can reduce it, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm not against that project. I think it's a wonderful idea. We need to get it done, and I don't want to see this committee hold up something that's just going to be more and more costly in the future, because, you know, construction costs keep going on and on. So let's be clear there. I am a skateboard person. 22 years I was a medic at a skateboard camp, so I'm pro skateboard. I am pro leadership. I was 35 years in youth programming, so I'm very much pro all of that. The time up is actually, we're supposed to have 5 minutes according to the agenda. It's a 5-minute calendar, Chair. If you give me a couple more minutes, I'll run through the questions I had. According to the agenda, it says there's a 5-minute limit for this item. But Chair, it's up to you. If you want me to stop, I'll stop. But I do have a few questions that you might want to consider asking. Chair?
Go ahead.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so somebody already brought it up. Where's the rest of the money going to go? It was said that it would be moved forward to the next cycle, but it was also said that they would prefer to clean it up and start fresh for the new cycle. With that being said, my proposal is to go through the other projects that could have been funded through Cycle 8 and see if any of them are still viable. Having been a delegate for a couple of those, I know that some of them are still viable. So perhaps contact the budget delegates and the implementing partners and say, hey, are you interested? We could potentially move forward. That question was answered. That question was answered. That question is answered. When we do consider which ones to fund, think about how many people will be served, okay? I know for the cycling camp, Full Circle Cycling Camp, there was a minimum of 30 children being served for 2 weeks, I believe it was, so that's a number there. What I'd like to know is the skateboard project ready to rock and roll if this funding's ready to go? Is it going to be able to go forward, and how fast will they get it done? Let's see. Going forward in the future, this chart that was shown shows a lot of projects that were not thought through, not vetted very well. I think we need to do a little better job in the future of checking their budgets, vetting their budgets, and being quicker on it. I think in Cycle 8, there was work with the rulebook changes to help with that. There's more work to do. Overall, so that's my last comment is try to use that money up before the next cycle, which would be 9, and check in with the other delegates and see if you can use that money there.
Okay.
And yay, skaters.
Thank you so much.
Through the chair, no other speakers at this time.
Yes, Commissioner Herrera.
Yes, considering that, yes, the Vallejo Youth Delegation does appear to have been handed to us without being put up to a previous participatory budgeting cycle. It's in plain black and white. That's exactly what the concern is. There is nothing I can say to regard to that. It's not a good habit to substitute one project for another project that hasn't even been part of the cycle. I understand this now.
Okay, thank you for that comment. Commissioner Hunter?
Yes, and I agree with Commissioner Herrera in regards to, I'm not comfortable setting a precedence at this time. So I just think that the process is a process and we should go through the correct process.
Thank you, Commissioner Hunter. Okay, so how do we feel about the skate park and the remainder of the funds being allocated to the balance? Although I do like that question. Has there been work, or is work being done on the skate park now? Is there?
No, GVRD has not begun on the skate park project. They were waiting to see if they were going to get the rest of the funding through this action.
Okay. And did they provide some of the funds? Because rumor had it that they were going to provide some funds to fill in the gap.
I'm unclear. I did hear that there was some kind of matching potentially, but I'm unclear right now without speaking to them if that did happen.
Chair, yes, they will be matching, and it's part of the process.
Okay, so there is matching, but,
Put it this way, there was matching, I'm certain there is, because that's a requirement, that there be some form of funding. My memory is they are putting in a lot of money.
and please remind me of the process, because I know we changed the rule book and now I forgot the process of giving funds to our partners. So do we just hand them the money, or is it now like, I forgot the process, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's changed a few times too. Previously, it was reimbursement based, so it was trading back and forth a lot of invoices and staff time. Now what we do is we basically release all the funds at once, and then we go back through and audit and collect all the information later. And then if we need to, claw back funds if some was spent inappropriately or there was funds left over.
Okay, so lump sum and audit.
Correct.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Hunter?
So at this point, we're looking at item 9B, $60,950 towards Cycle 8 Wardlaw Skate Park project. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is there any additional discussion? Are we ready to make a motion, or?
I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out, I guess I have one more question. If, let's say we were to give the skate park the sum that it needs, how quickly would they use the funds? Because it is correct, like construction costs only increase. Like how quickly would we be able to give them the money, and then how quickly would the project like actually, break ground or?
All right. Well, this is a recommendation to City Council, so whatever gets decided, then I bring to Council to allocate funding. Should Council follow the recommendation and the skate park was to receive the rest of the total to get to $300,000, I've been told it would kick off rather quickly, that they've been ready to go, and they've just been kind of waiting to see if this would happen. I don't know, though, with weather and holidays being how they are, how quickly they can break ground and pull off kind of the revamp that they're looking to do.
Okay, thank you.
But I guess to get more specific, this would go to council on December 16th. I have a slot to bring whatever we decide here tonight, if we'd like to. And that would be the first of a two-step process. So the second step would happen at the beginning of January. So it would be the next available meeting to go back and finalize.
Okay. Okay. I have Commissioner Basin. Did you press your button? No? Okay. Commissioner Herrera?
I would motion
Oh, my God.
that action calendar item
I missed
9B, consider the reallocation of prior PB cycle project funds, funding a skate park project and youth delegation trip, that we approve of it, omitting that we modify this item to exclude number 2, 25,000 towards future youth delegation trips, simply because the wording shows that this is a substitution. Black and white, I can't go along with that, no. Although I really do support it, no.
Okay. So that was a motion on the table.
I second that motion.
Okay, and we have a second by Commissioner Smith.
Okay, so the motion on the table is to move 9B forward minus the youth delegation trip. And I will take a roll call vote. Lozano?
I am going to go with yes.
All right. Daniels?
Yes.
Hunter?
Yes.
Herrera?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes unanimously and will be brought to City Council December 16th.
Okay. All right, so that will still leave us with funds to work with. For the next cycle, it looks like. Unless we want to revisit we don't want to revisit.
Oh, I was just clearing my throat.
Oh. Okay.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
For our December meeting, though, I would like the budget delegates to have an invitation to come, and if there's any discussion in regards to the packet, that we would be able to have them address to speak, so we would know. So if we can get an invitation to them, especially ones that Mr. Bailiff has been speaking with. And I understand the item number 2 for him that he was concerned about was the rule book. So I believe that we would be able to have a robust conversation, and then perhaps we'll all be on the same page, and perhaps by that time, Mr. Perry will be back, and Ms. Baisden, and Ms. Martin. So that would give us all an opportunity to hear from our delegates.
Okay. Yes, I would also like to see that on an open invitation, and if we could put that on the agenda somehow. If
I can reach out to the budget delegates and we'll invite them to the next meeting. We can do that.
Okay, thank you. And Commissioner Daniels, did you have something to say? No. All right. And I guess I
through the chair.
Yes.
Yes, it's important too, if you all can come speak at the council whenever you have anything particularly have to do with this, because it gives clarity, right? Not saying you don't do a good job, but it's nice to hear from yourself, sir, and, delegates. Because when I served on this committee, when we was meeting at the John F. K., we didn't often, whenever this conversation would come at the council, it would like somehow get lost. And I want to make sure that I hear from you so I can see why this is important. Because I would want the youth program, right? Mm-hmm. But hearing that it didn't go through the proper process makes a big difference, if that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Hunter.
Thank you. And I'd like to applaud the colleagues here that we just didn't push that through, that we took time to discuss it, and that we're all on the same page, because I am not comfortable with starting the precedence, and we don't want to see that happen. Mm-hmm. We want to be fair and equitable to all committees, all folks who are asking for allocation of funds. And so I thank you all for your integrity tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do want to commend everyone. We all felt uncomfortable, and we voiced that, and I'm glad that we did. Not because, youth delegation is not a worthy cause, but we know how the process goes, and it didn't go through the right process. All right. So are we ready for item 10?
I'm Lady Chair, I motion that we adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a second.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, if you celebrate.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And Mr. Mitchell and Ms. Gilbert, please approach.